Hello everybody, today in this video I'm going to do a box opening of Tank Duels Expansion 1 and it's North Africa. Now I don't have the first one. I'm hoping to get that. That's on the P500. I'm hoping to get that soon. I am playing this game with the War Room online and I actually have Mike Bernicelli on my team with this game and we're just having a blast with it. I'll leave a link down below to those plays, but at the time I'm filming this, I just got done playing it last week with them and enjoyed it so much that I quickly ordered this expansion because Mike told me it was selling fast. So I wanted to make sure I got it before it went out of print again or out of stock. And so I got my copy, and if you want yours, you probably should order it quickly. But hopefully I'll get the first one because this is an expansion. You do need the first one. You absolutely do need the first one, unfortunately, with this one. So I'm going to have to wait, but let me show you what's inside of this, and be sure to watch our game online. I'll leave a link below so that you can just click on that and go and watch and see the fun that we're having with this game. And at the time I'm talking about that, we played half the game and then we were going to play the second half. We stopped halfway through because Mike had to leave and attend a convention in Phoenix, I believe, or Tempe, Arizona, for a week. So he's over there having fun and showing off this game there to a bunch of new people, which are probably going to order this game too. But as I'm sitting right now, I'm actually in my tank on fire in that game. So I'm waiting for them to come back to find out what ends up happening to me and my tank. But please click on that link, enjoy the video. Let's dive into this. So here's the box that Tank Duel Expansion 1 North Africa comes in. This is a 3-inch box, quite the hefty box. GMT Games 2021. Game design Mike Berticelli, which of course, as you know, I'm on his team playing against the War Room online there. So I will leave a link down below for our first game and probably our second. So we actually have to finish this up. But at the time that I'm recording this, we're actually halfway through and I'm actually on fire in that game. So there you go. Nice heavy duty 3-inch box. Again, this is an expansion to that to the first one, which I do not have yet. So I'm buying this, hoping that they will get that P500 through quite rapidly, is my hope, and we'll see how that works. But this Tank Duel of North Africa takes GMT's acclaimed Tank Duel series to the heat, and we do have a lot of heat, and you'll see that if you watch our game that that does affect it. We're not playing with all of the rules in our game, but the heat and fatigue and wind blowing and sand and dust do make a difference in this game. But it shows some of the game content. You got 103 playing cards, 16 double-sided tank boards, 1 1/2 full color counter sheets, combined rules and playbooks. Units represent a single tank and crew. Each game turn represents 2 to 3 minutes of actual battle. These are some of your game markers right here. Cards, your tank board there, which we'll look at in a minute. Age 14 plus, player 1 to 8 player. Well, we're playing 6, and it is, I'm telling you, a blast. Playing time is 60 to 90 minutes. Complexity is 4, and solitaire suitability is 9, but when you're playing with a bunch of people, that's just a lot of fun. So let's open up and see what's inside this heavy, thick box. Okay, so the first thing on top is Tank Duels North Africa Expansion. So let's move this out of the way here and just take a look at the rules right now. All right, so here's our rule book for Tank Duels North Africa Expansion. Combined rules and playbook here, all in one. So using the expansion, components, desert rules, night combat. So you do have night combat in this one. Additional vehicle rules, anti-tank gun, infantry rules, additional robota rules for playing solitaire, scenario, and designer notes. So we'll open it up and you can see that it's well laid out, not a lot of writing in there. So some examples of the cards. Blowing dust and vehicle dust. As your vehicles move, they make dust, they create dust too. Heat hazard and fatigue, mines and minefields, which are always fun to run through in a tank. Night combat, they're not. Additional vehicle rules for the special vehicles that you have in desert combat. Oops, I think I skipped a page there. Yes, I did. Back here we have our HE rounds and heat rounds here. Infantry setup and components here. infantry field action. Infantry adds a whole new aspect to that game from what I understand, but that's where I started, so I'm not really sure how much it adds because that's the game that I started playing with. And buttoning up so that you prevent that infantry coming inside and dropping nasty things into your tank. Additional Roboto rules for playing solitaire here. In-game scenario setup and matchups. And then we have tank by year list right here, which is kind of cool. Scenario 1, Scenario 2, 3, 4. And I think we're actually playing the next release, which is Tank Duels 2 Battle Pack, I think, is the one we're playing. Scenario 5, 6, and 7 here. And it gives you the victory and the game lengths. So a lot of playabilities, 8, 9, and 10. So 10 scenarios. Wait, I shouldn't act like it's the end yet. 11 scenarios it is. All right, so 11 scenarios in there. And credits, of course. In the back here, a quick little look for infantry, anti-tank gun, Roboto rules, sandstorms, revised administration steps here. So after measuring, we have 1-inch counters right here. We have 3/4 inch counters here and 5/8 inch counters here. And you can see we have our crew here. We have some of our heat rounds, mines, which has a question mark, so I'm sure they're hidden. And probably when you flip them over, you find out if they are actually mines or not. And we see that we have damaged people here or injured. Heat rounds, let's see, we'll flip these on over. Vehicle dust, flip that so you can see it. And we have these markers here so that you can plant them on your top of your card so you know who you're attacking, and you play up to 8 people there. We have 2 large stacks of vehicle cards here, and they're slid together pretty nice, but we'll just remove one of them so you can see they're double-sided. 2-sided so that we have a tank on each side. Very, very thick, solid cards they are. And they sit down nice and flat too. So over here on this side we have our move and fire. Then we put our terrain hex here, the initiative card. We have our equipment for each one of them here. Have our driver, assistant driver, gunner, loader, and commander there. Our range to track, so it's an abstract board that you play this on. How many people you spotted, hauled down. Gun auto miss, 90 to 100, 96 to 100 is auto mix. And then you have your distance and to hit what you need to pull on the card, penetration, and if you have a heat round, what that penetration is, armor value. Hit location, track, hull, or turret. So when you fire, you can hit different things on it. And again, we have 16 of these. So we have 8 double-sided tank. And it looks like these are all the British here. And these look like they're all German. No. Looks like we have some Italian, it looks like there, I would think. Which I am correct, these are Italian ones. But the artwork on these, just fantastic, I think. I think these look just great. Hoping to get the first one so I can play this. I showed it to my son and he's really, really excited about it. So hopefully we can get that happening. So we have 2 decks of cards here, and you can see I got my knife out, so I'm getting ready to pull them on open. All right, so we got our informational cards here. These ones here, and then we have terrain. Scenario cards right here, and then we have our battle cards. And these all go on this one here, up. So we have battle cards here, which basically just you run through the whole game with these cards, and generally you have 100 cards. Let's see if we have, I don't know, we got 91, 90, yeah. So you don't have exactly 100 because these are additions, I think. Let's see. That's the AT gun there. Then you have, So when you use the full deck, you basically would replace them with these cards in it, because you can see that we have 275s there, 276. So you pick out which one you want to use. Scenario cards. And let's see, we have AT guns, the Axis. And these are the distance where they can fire. These are the British, Russian guns here. British. We have Germans and Italians. Russian AFEs, British, Axis. On the back side we have Axis anti-infantry. And we have British and Russian. And we got some cards for the infantry, the German infantry, Italian infantry, British, Russian, and on the back side, anti-tank close combat. So we have Russian, British, Italian, and German. Night Rule reference cards, some reference cards here, Minefield. So this is a Minefield card. All right, so that's what is inside. The bulk of the weight is, of course, these tank cards right here. You get a ton of those. 16 is quite a few. At least it seems like quite a few to me. The North Africa rules. You can find the regular rules online there to add to it. But I got this expansion 1 North Africa because Mike told me it was selling out pretty quick. And I believe him, so I wanted to make sure that I got that. And the P500, the first edition is, I think, in the Crosshair. Tank Duels in the Crosshair is on P500. If you're interested in this game, definitely log into P500 and order yourself a copy. They don't charge you for it until it's shipped, but knowing how many people want it will allow that to be printed much quicker. And I want the other one, so once you see this game, I'm sure that you would want the other one too. That was my Tank Duels box opening. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking around this long, and hopefully you'll be around for the next one, and especially you will be if you subscribe. You'll get notification when I have the next video available. Thanks again. Take care.